welcome to YSL Astro. Today we will talk about the basic attributes of every zodiac sign. So as we know, there are 12 different signs and each sign have a span of 30 degrees. There are characteristics that belong to each sign and those characteristics define our personality, our behavior and many more different things in our life. So the planets which are placed in these signs play out differently in each sign. So first of all, we'll talk about Aries. We call it Mesha in Hindi astrology. So Aries is the first sign that starts with 0 and ends with 30 degrees. So it's the first zodiac sign and it is a movable sign. Its nature is movable. So first of all, there are three types of nature. First is movable, then fixed, and then there is a mutable, that is dual. That means some degrees in that sign are fixed in the nature and some degrees are movable. So I'll tell you when those signs will come up and I'll tell you which degrees to see how. So talking about Aries, so its nature is movable. And then we'll talk about the element of the Rashi. So the element this is a fire sign. So fire represents your passion, your aggression towards anything. So if somebody has ascendant or a very prominent planet in Aries, his nature would be like a go-getter, because a fire sign, it's give you a passion to get the things done straight away. So they don't procrastinate the things, they'll just get it done. They take actions quickly. Gender of this sign is considered as a male. So they like to do bodybuilding. If you have ascendant in Aries, so they are pretty much active in sports and very fascinated with the fitness. So the next attribute is direction. So direction is considered as east for this sign, and then we'll talk about the body parts that it denotes in the medical astrology. So because it's a first Rashi, so it represents our head, our brain functions, the facial bones, facial structure. Then the other qualities, this sign is considered a barren sign. That means sometimes it doesn't give you a result. You put the efforts but it doesn't give you a result very easily. However, this quality is used in a very different ways in astrology. We'll talk about that in coming videos. So this one has a short stature. So that means if you have ascendant in this sign, that you might be having a short body stature as well. You might not be tall. There would be different factors. There could be some Aries sign ascendant who are tall. We need to see so many other things where the sign lord goes that also need to be considered. So the sign lord of this zodiac sign is Mars. Mars is itself a fiery planet and it is a male planet as well. So all these qualities matches with the sign. Then which planet is exalted in this sign? That means exaltation is that the planet which is very comfortable while sitting in this sign and who embraces the qualities of this sign, that planet is exalted, and that planet is Sun. Sun is itself a fiery planet. Debilitation occurs for Saturn. Saturn is a cold planet, so it doesn't matches with the qualities of the Saturn. So Saturn feels very uncomfortable in this sign. So because this sign is very like a go-getter type of sign, but Saturn is like a procrastinator. It will definitely give you results, but it is very slow. It's a slow moving planet, so it's not comfortable in this sign. So this sign is a Mool Trikona for Mars. So Mool Trikona, you can consider it like an office where you would go and do your daily routine tasks. Then the next sign would be Taurus. So Taurus, its nature is fixed. You would see if you are born in a Taurus ascendant, you are very stubborn. You don't like to change. However, you will met with the conditions where you would have to change, but you will be very reluctant to do changes in your lifestyle or, wherever Taurus sits. It makes you stubborn in that area of life. And the second thing is element. So element, as we know, there are 5 elements. So this sign contains an earthy element, so that also makes it grounded. So if they make any decision, they give very deep thought in making that decision and they keep grounded with that decision. Then the gender is female for this sign. So you will also find some feminine qualities when it comes to Taurus. If you have ascendant in Taurus or if you have a moon in Taurus, you're more feminine in behavior. Feminine in the sense you're more soft compared to masculinity, and you might be shy and won't open up straight away. So these are like feminine qualities you could see in Taurus. Then direction is south. Body parts that are represented by Taurus is the neck region, your throat region, your teeth, your facial features, your right eye as well. Then other qualities found in Taurus is it is semi-fruitful and it has a short stature as well. So the people born in Taurus ascendant might have a solid structure because it's fixed in sign, so they would have a good body stature, but it could be short as well. They won't be tall. Again, there would be other things to consider as well. Taurus is an exaltation sign for Moon and Rahu, and Ketu gets debilitated in this sign. It's a Venus sign, so Venus qualities come into Taurus, and it's a materialistic approach that people go with in this sign. So Ketu is not comfortable with the materialistic matters. It's a spiritual planet, but Rahu does well in this sign because Rahu is all about materialism. Next sign we will talk about is Gemini. We call it Mithuna as well. So it has a dual nature. So first 15 degrees are considered fixed and the remaining degrees are movable. And the element that is found in this sign is air. Air also represents communication. So people born in this sign or who has a prominent planet in Gemini, they have good communication qualities. They do well in communication or media, mass media, and career related to communication, especially if Gemini or Mercury has to do something with their 10th house or 10th lord. So there are so many factors to consider as well. Then gender is male, direction is west. The body parts that are considered in this sign are all our nervous system, our respiratory canal, our hands, arms, shoulders, our breath, and lungs area. So because these all body parts have to do something, not all of them, but yeah, especially respiratory canal, lungs, breath, nervous system, it has something to do with the communication either by air or by neurons. So definitely they are considered in this sign. Other qualities, it's a medium stature. People won't be too much tall and people won't be too much short. So they would be in between. And it is also considered an exalted sign in some school of thoughts for Rahu and debilitated sign for Ketu. The next sign we'll talk about is Cancer. Cancer is movable. The ruler of Cancer is Moon. So Moon is very, as we know, it's a fast moving planet, so it's very unstable. It stays in one Rashi just for 2.5 days. So it's definitely have some qualities related to movable nature. So people born in this sign, they're emotionally very changeable. They would change their decisions very quickly. They might find difficulty in making decisions. And the element is water as well, so definitely it relates to the emotions as well, because water contains emotions and a body is about 70% of the water's content. The gender is considered female, so again the feminine qualities would be prominent. So Cancer sign is the fourth sign and it denotes a mother as well, so they have very motherly nature. For a mother to nurture a baby or to raise a baby, she has to be changeable all times because you need to accommodate a child's behavior which is changeable at all times. So definitely these qualities match with Cancer. So body parts, breast, chest and heart region are the areas that can be considered under Cancer. It's a fruitful sign and with a medium stature. Jupiter gets exalted in this sign. Jupiter is very comfortable in this sign because Jupiter is all about philosophy, wisdom, speaking your emotions in a logical way. When Jupiter is here in Cancer, it also produces the Gaj Kesari Yoga. There are many other ways to see Gaj Kesari Yoga as well, but this is one of them. So Mars become debilitated in this sign. Mars is an action oriented sign, but Cancer is very emotional. So when you are emotional, it's hard to take an action. Person would be in dilemma. If Mars is in the Cancer, it would be hard to make decisions or to take actions at appropriate time. Psychologically, they keep fighting with themselves because they are emotionally not able to take a right action. Mool Trikona for Cancer is Moon. So the next sign is Leo. Leo is considered a fixed sign as well. The ruler of Leo is Sun. Sun is authority and fiery in nature, male planet. So people born in Leo are natural rulers. They are like a kings to their community. They are very confident in making decisions because it's fixed and fiery and male at the same time. So they have masculinity. They show their authority very prominently. If there is moon in Leo, then they could be very harsh emotionally because water and fire don't go well with each other. Let's move on to the direction ruled by Leo, that is east, and the body parts that are ruled by Leo are liver, pancreas, spine, and the upper back area of your body. And Leo is also a barren sign. It's not that much fruitful. It has a tall stature. So it is a Mool Trikona house for sun, and no planet is exalted or debilitated in this zodiac sign. So it is pretty neutral in that way. So when we talk about nakshatras, we'll discover more details each zodiac sign. We are just touching the basics of these signs today. Let's move on to Virgo. It is a mutable, or you can say dual sign. So like I told you for Gemini's, first 15 degrees would always be a fixed in nature, and planets sitting in the last 15 degrees would behave like a movable in nature. So element associated is earth. So the earthy sign, and it is ruled by Mercury. Also it is a female sign, so lots of feminine qualities you will find associated with Virgo. Because being it's an earthy sign, people born with the Virgo ascendant or any other prominent planet in Virgo would have a fixed nature as well. Direction of the sign is south, and the body parts are intestines, your stomach region, and umbilical region of your body. So these people could have a stomach related issues, especially if Mercury is afflicted. So it is also a Mool Trikona for Mercury. Let's move on to Libra. So Libra is a movable sign. The element found is air. It's male in gender and rules west direction. So Librans are pretty much balanced in nature, but they can switch their decisions quickly as well because the nature is movable and element is air. So they can make quick decisions, but they can change the decisions as well. But overall it is a very balanced sign, and their communication or dealing with public is very good because they know what to speak, where to speak, and how much to speak. So if you have ascendant in Libra, you might have these qualities in you. And when it comes to body parts, they rule kidneys, urinary tract, lumbar region, your lower back. All these areas are seen under Libra. So Librans also has a tall stature like Virgo. Libra is all about diplomacy. So Sun is to make a choice with a direct approach where there is no accommodation, there is no room for accommodation and no compromises. But when it comes to Libra, diplomacy is very much deep rooted. So they take decision, they accommodate other people's ideas, ideologies, and then they make the decisions. So Sun can't be fit in this scenario. So that's why Sun gets debilitated here. So it's a Mool Trikona sign for Venus. So if you have a prominent Libra sign or a prominent planet in Libra, you will definitely have a diplomatic behavior. Or diplomacy doesn't mean that your nature is bad, or it means that you are able to see the things from very different point of views. It's a multifold approach. People think that if you are diplomatic, that means you think bad of others. It's not like that. Diplomacy means that you can consider other people's ideas as well, and then you make your own decision. So it's also about bringing people together. Let's move on to Scorpio. So Scorpio is a fixed sign and a water element. So it's like a fixed water, like a pond. It has a feminine qualities in it. It rules north direction. So if you have a prominent Scorpio or a planet like ascendant or moon in Scorpio, sometimes you get stuck emotionally because the water element and it rules your emotions. And moon is not very comfortable here. Moon gets debilitated because moon's nature is to change its feelings, its emotions every now and then. But Scorpio sign is like fixed. So that's why it doesn't feel comfortable over there. So the body parts that are ruled by Scorpio are reproductive organs, your pelvic region, your excretory organs, and this sign naturally falls in the in the 8th house as well. A lot of astrology or occult science related matters appeals to them as well. If you are Scorpio ascendant, you'll definitely get inclined towards occult science. And a lot of secrecy is involved in Scorpio as well. They like to keep the things secret somehow. So the next sign is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a dual sign. Again, first 15 degrees would be fixed and the next 15 degrees would be movable. So it's a fire sign. It belongs to the fire element. So it has a masculine properties as well. So if you see, Sagittarius is like half horse and half human. And they are very religious people. If ascendant is a Sagittarius, you're very religious. You are ruled by Jupiter wisdom. And Jupiter is all about philosophy. So they are very philosophical in nature as well. They have teaching abilities. They like to teach people unless Jupiter is badly afflicted. They have fire in them to bring their principles in front of public and to prove them right as well. So it's a sign of dharma as well. So the body parts that are ruled by Sagittarius sign is hips and thighs. So Ketu becomes exalted in this sign. Some school of thoughts think Ketu is exalted in Scorpio, whereas others think it's exalted in Sagittarius. So we'll take both the scenarios. So Rahu becomes debilitated over here. And it's a Mool Trikona sign for Jupiter. Now let's come to Capricorn. So Capricorn is movable and it's an earthy element. It also has a feminine qualities and the direction it rules is south. Now if you have a prominent Capricorn in your chart, you are very strong to make your decisions. But somehow, because Saturn is the ruler of this sign, you tend to procrastinate the things, or you're sometimes people may find you cold in nature. You do not get along with people well or easily, I would say. So you'll take time to get mixed with the people. So the body parts that are associated with the Capricorn sign are knees, bones, joints, kneecaps. So one more thing is this particular sign helps you a lot to grow in your life. So you'll have to go through very hardships, but your efforts will be worth putting into this sign. Because the sign is ruled by Saturn and Saturn delays but never denies. So definitely you will get the fruits of your efforts at the end of the day. It also belongs to medium stature. Mars gets very much exalted here. As we know, Mars is action oriented planet and Capricorn is an earthy sign. So Mars gets it ground over there. So it becomes very much comfortable. But Jupiter is debilitated in Capricorn. Jupiter is all about philosophy, but when you are in battleground, you only need to take action. One thing you can think about is how to defeat the other person by taking some actions, by doing the battle. So that's why Jupiter is not comfortable over here. So the next sign is Aquarius, that is Kumbha. It is fixed. It's like an fixed air because the element is air and the gender is male for this sign and it rules the west direction. So this is a karmic sign as well. You have to do a lot of things to get the result out of this sign. It's a barren sign as well. You have to lose a lot to get some gains. So no gain, no pain, no gain definitely belongs to this sign. So that definitely represents Aquarius. So if you are Aquarian or you have ascendant in Aquarius or a prominent planet in Aquarius, you are very much communicative, but somehow you're not able to get your desired results on time. Your fortune will definitely rise at around the age of 36 or after the 36. A lot of other things are linked to this sign, so we'll talk about that in details in the coming videos. It represents legs, ankles, shins, calves in the body. So the last sign is Pisces. Pisces is a dual sign and ruled by Jupiter, and it's a watery element with the feminine qualities and north direction. If you are Pisces, you will definitely very soft in nature and emotional as well, but you will grow your wisdom with the age. Pisces is like an ocean. So it's an ocean of wisdom. If Jupiter is placed well in the horoscope, you will definitely earn a lot through your wisdom. And you have philosophical nature, so you'll definitely like to talk on philosophy. It also has a short stature. So if your ascendant is Pisces, you might not be that tall, but it's a fruitful sign. So if you put your efforts in the direction of Jupiter, you'll definitely get the results. Venus is very much comfortable in this sign because Venus is romance and Pisces is natural sign of water and emotions, so romance always float with emotions. And it's not good for Mercury. Mercury is all about logic. Logical thinking doesn't go well when it comes to emotions. So that was the basic attributes of all the signs. I hope you guys found it useful. Take care and thanks for watching.